What I remember about the rise of the Empire is how quiet it was.
Welcome back to another Star Wars exclusive, of which there are many of, except the difference between mine and the other ones you've been watching is that anyway, due to the recent changes I've made with this series, we are going to again watch another animation and then recreate a battle or kind of just expand upon it in my own imagination. In the video that we are about to watch, it is called Darth Maul Apprentice, a Star Wars fan film by T7 Pro. The disclaimer says that it is a non-profit, unofficial fan film that is not intended for commercial use. It was made solely for fun. Characters are owned by Lucasfilm, Disney, and this is a fan film, not connected in any way to said companies. Well, my channel's not monetized, and at most, what will I be doing? Stealing like a view. Of course, we're not going to watch the entire thing. Is that the Wii main menu character creator right there? Sean Boo.
Our enemies will pay for what they have done to us. The annihilation of our people will not be left unpunished. For 1,000 years we have been waiting, hiding, observing.
Whoa, he looks good.
To strike is finally at hand. My apprentice. Now the Jedi are weak. Blinded by arrogance and limited by compassion, they choose to deny the true nature of the Force. That hate makes us powerful.
Alright, really quick, right here. I mean, as far as I can tell, the makeup and the design looks amazing, but it just kind of looks like he has a cranial expansion in the back of his skull. A little weird looking, but other than that, I mean, the horns, the face paint, the robe, everything looks amazing, and the voice acting, the holograms, pretty on par.
That hate makes us powerful. Very soon you will be strong enough, and vengeance will be ours. But until then, our presence must be kept hidden. We cannot let them know what we are planning. You must protect our secrets at all costs.
Oh, they even got the Sith eyes.
Any intruder must be destroyed immediately.
Whoa. Whatever camera and that editing they did after, the Force looks very vibrant right now.
I'm getting closer to the source of the signal. I can feel it.
Very good.
Wait! I think there's something else.
Oh my goodness. Honestly, that Jedi kind of seemed like he sucked. Oh man, how many did you bring with you?
It cannot be.
What is this? Grievous in the miniseries? How many people? How many? Who? This is why y'all lost so many people. This is why the Republic lost so many Jedi, because you would overcommit. Granted. I mean, they all are probably going to die. That seems like what they're getting set up for. But if dude in the right over there with the mask on, I mean, he looks like he's already half Sith. He looks like the worst traitor ever right now. Kind of selling himself out with all that garb on. And the green lightsaber. Come on now. They should have given him blue. Anyway, a six Jedi excursion? Never heard of that before. In all my years of Star Wars knowledge and lore, I have never heard of a 6 Jedi deployment. The most Jedi I've ever seen in one place for like a mission is probably the Citadel series in the Clone Wars, but that's when Obi-Wan, it was supposed to be Obi-Wan and Anakin, but then Ahsoka stowed away, so 3, and they rescued a 4th, Peel, among other things, but that was 4 in total in one place. And even then, that was unprecedented. This is about to be pretty insane, I feel like, especially with that choreography. Also, the Shakti looking lady right there looks pretty good. There's 6 of you and 1 of him, and he's not budging.
We shouldn't have come here.
We must
You're
inform the council.
There is no time. We have to deal with it ourselves.
There's 6 of you, or 5.
Don't let him get away.
He's not running. Oh my goodness. Ooh. All those gymnastics. Couldn't flip yourself out of an early grave. What? You staggered him and you didn't go for the punish? Yeah, go ahead and take off the robe. I'm sure that'll air out your pits more. Maybe you'll be able to. Maybe you'll be able to bring it up. Oh!
You have been beaten. Surrender.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean though? What do you mean by that? Specifically, what do you mean? Actually, first, Darth Maul, put away the lightsabers. Everybody just back up. Take a look around. There's like 3 dead guys who are on your team and no dead guys on his team. Mathematically speaking, you are losing. And the little robe takeoff thing certainly didn't help. Because now, girl over there got her spine broken with the force push, and now it's a 2v1. Look at the bruise on his face. Zoom in on that, on the freaking forehead right there. You got punched in the gut, kicked away. All that's left is freaking Darth Traitor over here. You're not, no. You should have ran. You were right. The other guy was right. Yeah, or the lady. Whoever said we should run, she was right. You should have followed. You should have taken that advice.
Surrender.
There's no escape for you.
Guys, a little help here. Oh, they got AA droids. Oh, sick. Have fun in the afterlife with no kidney. Seems like you could have just done that from the start.
We can't defeat him. We have to retreat.
He didn't try to escape. You came there.
For all of us. You have to trust me.
Open your eyes, Patrick! There's 4 or 5, I forget, dead Jedi lifelessly lying on the ground in front of you. And you say, oh, we can't let him escape.
Okay.
Look at how wild he's swinging.
Sith, your fighting style is a long-forgotten art, but I understand it now.
Oh, it's been 10 minutes and he killed 5 of your enemies. I doubt that. Don't get cocky. There's still 5 lifeless Jedi on the ground and he's still up. You scratched
Let
him.
us leave. We already lost too much.
We can get him. Don't be afraid, my young apprentice. I will protect you.
Oh, like you protected the other 5? 4? Oh my goodness. Even then, it's his territory.
Focus.
He's got every advantage. Besides numbers. Technically. There you go. Why is he Qui-Goning everybody? Just straight through the liver kidney section.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you're screwed. How much do you want to bet he's gonna spare her? Because she's not worth killing. Or take her as an apprentice. Turn her to the dark side. I don't know. If you wanna. Oh, no. How are you still alive? It's 9 minutes 35 seconds. We went over on time. I guess you're gonna have to figure out if she lived herself. If she lived herself? If she lived on your own. You're gonna have to figure out if she lived on your own. Dang, okay. To finish this little bit off, though, this is what clearly shows the difference between the skill of a Sith apprentice versus a Jedi apprentice. Not even comparable. Because in this case, we have a Sith apprentice who at least, I don't know if the other Jedi were masters or not, but we could at least tell from that the second to last guy that he killed was clearly the master. She was the apprentice. So that shows that kind of skill difference between, you know, dark and light side apprentices there. And that's kind of what you saw with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. Now, Obi-Wan's a very powerful Jedi, and so is Qui-Gon, but Qui-Gon isn't necessarily like he's not Anakin, and that's to say that he was more in tune with the Force. He wasn't necessarily like a combat-focused kind of Jedi, as opposed to somebody like Anakin. And also considering that Anakin and Obi-Wan was an apprentice during the time he defeated Maul, but you also got to think that Anakin was an apprentice during the Clone Wars, and he was a Jedi Knight during the Clone Wars, same as he became a master during the Clone Wars, even though that was a butt end. So even if Anakin wasn't specifically just naturally gifted at combat, he was trained during a time of combat, of war. So you can see, again, how it would compare to the Jedi Knights of old with Darth Revan and Darth Malak, that those were times of war. So in that in-between period with peace, the Jedi were, what were they? Peacekeepers. They weren't generals yet. They weren't commanders yet, or any sort of soldier necessarily, which is why it makes sense that when the Sith came back, the Jedi weren't necessarily trained to go into intensive saber-to-saber combat like we see here. But even, you know, like I said, even an apprentice, Sith apprentice who hasn't gone saber-to-saber yet, with a Sith master, they will do that with their apprentice. And often Sith masters are very... they'll just hurt you. They'll just hurt their apprentice if they have to. Like they'll cut off an arm. It's a Star Wars universe. You can just get a robot one back, but it'll be like, this is it. This is life and death here. They don't go easy, and that's kind of why these Sith apprentices are just so tough. But as we know, if I assume, since the Jedi are surprised that Darth Maul exists and Darth Maul has his legs and hasn't lost his mind yet, this is before Naboo, which subsequently is exactly where we're going. Here is today's battle. Now, the reason we are on Naboo is because that is where Darth Maul, the subject of the animation today, met his legless fate. So what we have is a clone defense, because there was technically a battle of Naboo during the Clone Wars, but no clones were even made yet. So technically there were no clones there. So that's what this is for. And I'll put the screenshots on screen of what one company looks like. And this is what it looks like, all in a defensive posture. We have AV cannons. I believe we have like 9 of those. And the reason that they're out here instead of in here is because they have a range, and they can hit all the way out here from within the city, but their range marker turns to yellow and they won't shoot for yellow range. They'll only shoot for white range, which means that this is kind of the most reasonable place that I can put them where they'll still fire. But they're like nice and tucked away in the brush. We got vehicle and infantry positions blocking any direct access, at least just walking there. We got ATTEs on the perimeter with a Juggernaut, because I never see the Juggernaut ever in any Galaxy at War mods. So I'm like, why not put that there? I also made these like little outposts with these sniper towers out in the middle. Unfortunately, I couldn't put anybody up there. I don't know why. But anyway, there's 2 squads per outpost, and I even added some designs to the clone troopers. I'd also decided to go phase 1, because if this is the Battle of Naboo chronologically. It would have happened very early in the war before more distinctive colors would have came out. So we've got sergeants in green. We have officers who I made the platoon second in command. So they're just above sergeants, but just below the lieutenants. But yeah, so for the DC-19s and the regular standard squads, they've got like these little shield or like shoulder armor on one side because they're like light machine gunners, and it was just a way of distinguishing them. And then I got the second in commands. I gave them little pauldrons, and then everybody with an ARF trooper helmet, they are part of the weapon squad. So in each company, there's 4 platoons, and then in each platoon, there's 3 regular infantry squads, and then 1 squad who's like the weapons platoon. And I gave them 2 Z6s right here. This is what they look like. I gave them grenadiers, which you will see them in work later in the battle. And grenadiers, I gave them like little belts and stuff too, just so that like they got extra grenades. And they also have snipers too, which will be in play all throughout the battle. Now I got some dudes hidden up here, and for the most part, that's kind of it. I don't want to take it too long. I got lieutenants stationed out here. The first company captain is out here. This is like the strongest outpost, so I figured that's where he would be, sort of not all the way in the back, but you know, he's out there fighting. I've also got the battalion commander present. This is the second company captain, and this is the battalion commander. I decided to give him a Z6 because why not? We got a whole defense set up back here. It is layered. It goes all the way back, and of course, you gotta have Padme. And there she is, the Princess One. I was debating whether I should do the episode 2 with like, you know, the little thing and all that, but I was like, hey, despite the best wishes, we gotta stay not chronologically, but canonically accurate here. I also got a little group of guards here, and the reason I didn't have more of them is because they sound like this. Yes, sir. They just sound.
What are you doing?
Like, why do you sound like that? Huh? So we immediately start off with the vehicle assault, the vehicular assault, along with infantry support. This is the initial clashing of lines. The MTTs were obviously part of the battle of the original Naboo, so we had to pay them some respect and put them in this one. Going head to head with an ATTE. And if I may, one thing that's kind of fun to do is put this little goober on free move mode. We got the cannons firing, all the outposts are taking on the infantry. This guy's taking a beating. Oh jeez. Well, this outpost didn't take a single casualty from those guys. They all decided to group up for some reason. Another AAT down. I also did put in some little surprises that I didn't tell you about that you'll just see for yourself, such as this lady. Bounty hunters. I figured the Separatists wouldn't really care about Padme as much as they cared about control of the planet. So, to help along their assault, they would put some bounty hunters in there to go after Padme for the bounty. Call it a win-win for the incentive. Whoa! That is the quickest this ATTE has ever gone down that I've ever seen. Who's dying? Oh, clone troopers at the front line. Is anybody still alive? Not anymore. Anyway, it seems like a pretty tame round. These guys seem to have been taking the biggest hit.
We've got clankers.
You gonna shoot, buddy? I see movement in the trees. Artillery shells trying to pinpoint the location of the clone trooper defenses. See if they can shake them up a little bit. And what's that sound? Oh yeah, baby. Bark speeders.
Contact.
Let's see what this guy's gonna do. Oh, snap! That's an ATTE commander. This guy from these clone trooper skins are the first Royal Corps, I believe. And I thought it would be fitting for them to be at the Battle of Naboo,
Droids incoming.
seeing as it is a royal defense. I also really like to get an angle right here. And just scale the line. I love it. You just see the entire line of droids trying to push up and just all the explosions down the line. Uh-oh. And this one is really interesting because of the terrain. You got a hill to fight over. Oh! 3 different... Excuse me. Reports coming in say 4 different artillery strikes on a single... Look at the accuracy! Not a single deviation in that. Oh yeah, I also gave the droids little stop speeders, but it looks like they just died, and this guy's being a little scared wiener in the back. One of them just crashed and died. 2 of them crashed and died. That has also never happened before. Ever. And essentially what the clones have to defend against is, it's 2 companies, right? And to have a successful, or to increase your chance of success, you need, what was it, like triple the numbers of what the enemy has. Oh! Did you see how many grenades that was? And you might be wondering, what did that come from? And I will be happy to tell you. Of course, I couldn't just do Naboo without the Gungans. And there are more of them. And actually, the ones that survive... I know it sounds kind of like a daunting phrase, for lack of a better word. But the ones that survive or make it to like dead troops, they'll just pick up their guns and start fighting. Throughout this battle, you may very well see a Gungan with a rocket launcher. Just look at the battle going on in the distance, and then you got these guys pushing up. Oh! Artillery raining down, not like the droids care. So cinematic. Oh! Did Orsing move over? Oh, there's C-21. He's also another bounty hunter I put in. He tends to live the longest, so we'll see if that keeps up. Oh my goodness! That had to have been an artillery strike. It's usually this outpost that gets the worst of it. What are you doing? Get out of there! No, not forward, back. I looked away for 1 second. What happened? Oh! No, Captain! That literally killed the lieutenant and the captain in the same go. What an awful random artillery strike to have happened right at that time. We got a sniper. The officer's still alive! Get out of there! Get that sniper out of there too. Did he just die? Oh, you frickin' stinker. Oh! A helmet and a gun is all that remains. Well? Ooh. Oh, you want to see something cool? POV. First person. Not gonna lie, kinda janky. But you can do it. Shift F, by the way. If you wanted to try it. Oh, Gungans, no! One thing the Gungans do have, though, is an extended grenade throw range. Like, this would be normal, maybe, but look how far they can go. See that? All the way over there. And detonates on impact. What are you shooting at? Was my grenade a tracer for you? The last ATTE, and it is on a sliver of health. So at some points, when they don't get immediate contact, they'll go back and hit their waypoints. But by now, I would say we have a full... probably just about a company of droids deployed on the battlefield, maybe a little bit under. If not... yeah, so there's about a platoon and a half each wave, and there's 2 waves per, like, I guess, segment. Oh! Was that artillery? How are you alive? How are either of you alive? Back up.
Watch the rear. Ready to blow.
Oh yeah, and something I didn't really know before, which... uh-oh, okay. Which you guys might have noticed, is that you can put troops in the trees. Those 3 guys are, they're dead, but, you know, you can put them up there. I was trying to put sandbags and stuff in here, but with the positions of the cannons, I couldn't really find one that would still be, like, covered and keep them concealed like that. But I was like, instead of doing the sandbags, why don't we just put them in trees? It has less cover, and they'll be a lot more exposed, and they'll die quicker. Why not put them in a tree? How are you? Could have just stayed silent. Aww. Retreat, soldier, retreat! Anyone died here? No? Good. Got all these frickin' craters in the earth. I learned how to program artillery, and I was like, yeah, if this is a massive invasion of the capital, the Queen's last defense, you know it's going to be well defended. I also figured there'd be artillery from the side of the droids. Yep, right here. Artillery strike hitting the back line. Every once in a while. No way! They hit one of the medics. Wait, no, he's got a backpack on. Oh no, that could be a rocket trooper. Yeah, it was. Bro, sometimes... oh, look, another one hit right here. Sometimes an arty strike just hits somewhere randomly in the back line and just takes out an entire line of clones. Kill him!
You can't negotiate with droids.
No, don't look at me, look at him! Oh my goodness. Just throw a grenade on yourself and end it. End it! What is happening? Can I just hold it? Yeah, I can. Hold the grenade, hold the grenade, hold the grenade. For the Republic! Anyway, I believe the Gungans are kind of all that's left. Actually, no, we got clone troopers. Let's see if we can retreat. Nope, he died. Right when that silhouette goes away, you know another life has been taken. Alright, well, by now, The battle has been raging on for quite a bit, and as you can imagine, the time of day does not last forever, so it's starting to get a little bit darker out. It seems the droids have broken in. Oh, well, they've tried to. What did you get hit by? A smooth... I'm not gonna say it.
One shot, one kill.
Son, get in position. Your position is getting assaulted. You know what? You know what? Bold play, bold play, bold play. Get out. Go, go, go. Get in, get in, get in. Retreat. Retreat. No. We couldn't save him.
Hold this position.
All right, well,
We're ready for battle. Weapons check.
hopefully these boys in here can hold the line. Let's see how things have been going on the other flank. This... Okay. We're gonna back up for... Aura Satan is dead. Yeah, so we're gonna back up for a minute so that we can have a little conversation here. This area is quite difficult for the droids to get through. As a matter of fact, for all the times that they have made significant progress into the internal defenses of this city area, it has not come through the left side. As a matter of fact, the left side usually gets beaten down. And you may think this is complete gobbledygook, but they tend to break through the middle, and then they're able to get fire out on these guys, because it is a very well defended position. It is a choke point with several guns looking at it. And a reminder, this is 2 companies worth of clone defenders, right? One company was outside, so they've effectively beaten half of the defense, and now they've got an entire clone defense to deal with internally. An entire company, I mean, fitted with all that they had outside, and they had a hard time outside. I mean, look at these bodies. And this isn't even the worst it can get for the droids. This is actually pretty tame for the droids, actually, all things considered. They didn't really take as many losses out here, to be honest with you. Not compared to the other tests I've done. Which actually bodes well, because usually they have a very hard time getting through. You idiot! You fool! Oh, he got blown out of the freaking thing.
Clowns incoming and handle a few clowns.
Take a defensive position. This is what I don't understand. Like, I put him in a defensive...
Battle isn't over until we've scrapped the last
Whoa!
fighter.
And they can just walk through walls, and I'm like, what? This is why this area is barricaded. Because if you don't barricade it, they walk through this, they walk through here, and they come out on this side of the building, and then they just get shredded by these guys. And I'm like, no. You're not allowed to break the laws of physics to get a flank. That's not allowed. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is a very, very bizarre battle. Or at least a very bizarre, like, way it's played out. I've never seen it. I've never seen the droids take so few losses out here. And I just, the way this is playing out, I've never seen it before. In all the tests I've done. And I've ran through this battle many times to, just for fun, because I just like it so much. Here's the truth of the matter. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. And you know what? It didn't do that at the beginning. Like when I first started working on this battle, everything was fine. I would save it, I would come back in, and I would play, and everything would be good. I actually don't need you anymore. But then, even when I put in vehicles, everything worked fine. But then at some point, when I began running these battles, like a couple days ago, it would just crash. And I don't know why. I turned off vehicles. I put in less waves of droids. I thought maybe I was like overloading the PC or something. I stopped changing like the weather mid-battle, but nothing worked. I don't have an explanation. And it was crushing because I was like, I put a good time into this battle in the last one I did, but it just crashed. And no matter what I did, it just wouldn't stop crashing once they got to the internal defenses. So it's a pretty big bummer, but I didn't want to like set you guys up and be like, oh, well, it's gonna just stop working randomly. So I was like, yeah, you know what? At least you can enjoy this part and then share the sadness. But yeah. Thank you for watching. If you did, I will have another battle ready by the next FFF. Hopefully it won't start crashing randomly. And yeah, that'll be it.
I would certainly like to.
Wanga.